Wow. The ratings for the NBA Finals, the last game, are in. And this is the lowest rated NBA Finals in history. And honestly, even the people like myself and maybe you guys who watch probably could not have predicted that the NBA would be failing this much. It is absolutely crazy how bad this thing has gotten for them. But before we get into that, my name is Greg Foreman and you're watching A Black Conservative Perspective. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share A Black Conservative Perspective, aka a liberal's worst nightmare. You can also follow me on Twitter at GForemanBCP. Let's get it. So check this out, guys. Nielsen Media Research reports that 5.6 million viewers tuned in to ABC to watch the Los Angeles Lakers top the Miami Heat to capture the NBA title Sunday night, the lowest rated finals series on record. The series, which included the league's biggest star in LeBron James in the second largest market in Los Angeles, was played from the NBA's coronavirus bubble at Wide World of Sports complex at Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida, without fans in attendance. The 5.6 million viewers for the finals was less than half the number who tuned in for a regular season Sunday night football matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Seattle Seahawks, which drew 11.4 million on NBC. Context: an NBA Finals game, we're talking about championship game, drew less viewers than a regular season Sunday night football game. Not only did they do less, it was more than a 50% difference. That is insane and unexcusable. It is unexcusable, especially when you have a team like the Los Angeles Lakers and a star that is as big as LeBron James. It makes absolutely no sense. For context, last year's NBA Finals game between the Golden State Warriors and Toronto Raptors delivered 18.34 million viewers, while Michael Jordan's Chicago Bulls drew 36.9 million in 1998 for their Game 6 victory over the Utah Jazz. Guys, that is insane to think about. There is a almost 13 million difference between the Golden State Warriors and Toronto Raptors with no LeBron James. This is terrible. So, more context. An ESPN documentary series that aired in May on Jordan's career in Chicago matched the Lakers Heat on Sunday night, averaging 5.6 million viewers across its 8 parts. I'm not sure you guys are familiar. The Last Dance is a series on Michael Jordan's career, averaged more viewers than a live finals games, guys. That's how bad this is. So the question is, why is this happening? And what does the NBA do from here? Why is this happening? Now, some people are saying that, well, it's because of Corona. It's because, less people watching TV. It's because they have to compete with NFL and it's at a different time of year. And quite honestly, I would say that definitely accounts for some of the drop, for sure. Some of it. I would say probably about 20 to 30%, right? Maybe even half you can account for everything else. But there is no doubt in my mind that the social justice stuff has accounted for a vast majority of the drop. No doubt in my mind. And Mark Cuban, who's an NBA owner, said that he doesn't believe it was about it being political. He believes it was about, bad matchup. They advertised it poorly. Basically trying not to upset the crowd. And I'm going to do a video on him later on another subject containing the NBA in China more specifically. But Adam Silver has come out and basically said, yeah, we're not doing any more the Black Lives Matter stuff. We're not doing any more the social justice stuff on the court anymore. Like, our players can do whatever they want off the court. We're going to be kind of done with this. And that, to me, signals that they know that this is where the drop is coming from. Because otherwise, if you're so committed to this social justice and this social change that you say you are, why would you stop doing it if you're so committed to it? But see, it backfired. They thought they was going to make money off of it. And they thought that, the super wokes were going to support them even more. And that people were going to feel guilty coming off the George Floyd thing. But what they forgot is that when your support for social justice includes kneeling for the national anthem and disrespecting our military, yeah, people are going to tune out. They're not going to want to watch the games. I personally, when I want to watch politics, I'm tuning into something that is specifically political. I'm going to watch Fox News. I'm going to watch CNN. I'm going to watch Ben Shapiro, there are certain things I'm going to watch when I want to watch politics. When I want to watch sports, I want to watch sports. Nobody wants to see equality from three. It takes all of us with the assist, social justice with the dunk. We don't want to see any of that. We don't want to see any of that. So me personally, I definitely think that there's a combination of Corona, competing with NFL, but when your viewership is dropping 60, 70%, it's more than that. It's more than, I mean, we're talking about the finals here. We're not talking about an NBA regular season game or even like an early playoff series. We're talking about the finals here, guys. So the next question is, where does the NBA go from here? And I think there's a multitude of problems with the NBA right now. The biggest problem is that their product is broken. The NBA finals ratings have been declining year over year, even before all this stuff. As you guys can see, there was 36.9 million viewers in 1998. So over more than a 20-year span, they have lost 30 million viewers. That to me indicates there's a problem with the product. And I've been saying this for a long time about the NBA. It's too many threes and it's too many dunks. That's all they do. The players aren't as skilled as they used to be, and they don't play any defense. And there's also too many regular season games. That's the problem with the NBA. They have a broken product. So they need to really focus on trying to fix their product and make the game better, because right now it's just not what it used to be. 90s basketball, 80s basketball, with Bird and Magic, Kareem, Isaiah Thomas, 90s with, Keem Olajuwon, Young Shaq, Charles Barkley, MJ, Scottie Pippen, all those guys, they were a lot more skilled, in my opinion, than these current NBA players are. And people might say, oh, no, that's not true, blah, 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 blah. How can you say it? No, there's a difference between skill and being able to execute a game plan than there is being able to jump high and shoot threes. Those are two different things. And a lot of people don't understand that about basketball. Other than fixing a product, I think they need to focus on making somebody else the face of the NBA besides LeBron James. They got to move away from LeBron. And the reason why is because LeBron James has already made his money. His next goal in life is to be a politician. His goals are not compatible with the NBA's long-term goals. What happens to the NBA long-term does not matter to LeBron James, because LeBron James is trying to be a politician. LeBron James wants to run for Senate, maybe even be president one day. That's what LeBron James plans to focus on. And his money is already made. So they need to find another star, like maybe a Zion, maybe Giannis can be it. What the NBA really should do is they should make Luka Doncic the new face of the NBA. Put the white man back as the face of the NBA. I'm halfway serious, but I'm also halfway joking. White people need a great white hype. We need a great white basketball player. We just do. Just the same way we need a great black baseball player. That's just how it is. People might say, oh, that's reverse racism. I don't care. It's hilarious, and I think it will work. But they got to move away from LeBron James. And also on the subject of LeBron James, like I've already mentioned, he's already made his money. I feel really bad for these young guys in the league who long-term probably going to be monetarily affected by the decisions of LeBron James. I mean, if I'm an advertiser, how can I sit here and pay the amount of money I'm paying to advertise during NBA Finals games when I'm expecting, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 million viewers, and I'm only getting 5.6? I'm overpaying for advertising. That means my customer acquisition costs are going up when I can get more bang for my buck advertising during an old Chicago Bulls game or Michael Jordan documentary. And this is what I've been saying over and over and over again. I've been trying to tell people this is not worth it. The social justice stuff and the gestures on the court, it's not worth it. Kneeling is disrespectful. You're going to turn a lot of people off. A lot of people are just not going to like it. And when people don't watch, you're going to lose money. And if you lose money, you're losing your means of change. That's what change is about. Change is about money. Ultimately, what these people are arguing about, and they don't understand, ultimately what you're protesting about is money. Why you don't have more money than the next person. That's what you're protesting about, ultimately, at the end of the day. So you should not get in the way of your money, because you can use that money to affect the change that you want to see. For example, Killer Mike, who I don't agree with politically. He's too much of a socialist, Bernie Sanders fan. But ironically, He's using capitalism to solve a problem and to basically do what these players should really be doing. He launched a online banking app called Greenwood, and this is the type of stuff that the NBA players should be investing in. Apparently, this app cannot get any venture capital or seed money until all this George Floyd stuff happened, and all of a sudden everybody wanted to start investing in black businesses. But this is something that these guys should have been doing a long time ago and should have been investing in things like that, technology, things that can directly affect the change they say they want to see. For example, one of the arguments about systemic racism is, well, the financial system is systemically racist because, black people and minorities don't get access to business loans and they have to pay higher interest rates than white people. If you have your own bank and your own financial institution, you can directly solve that problem yourself. And this is what the players should have been doing the whole time. But see, you can't invest in things like that because you're too busy trying to have a competition for who's the wokest rather than focusing on creating real change while keeping your money. So, I just hope that long term, this doesn't affect the young guys who didn't really have a choice in terms of participating because they would have been seen as sellouts and or racist, and who also are really too young and not educated enough to make a smart decision in terms of whether or not to participate in this. That's kind of what my biggest takeaway is that if I'm a young guy and I'm looking at stuff like this, I'm pissed off at LeBron. I'm pissed off at the NBA. I'm pissed off at the owners. Because to me, long term, I'm not sure how the NBA can really rebound from this. I just have some ideas, but who knows what will happen. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think the NBA can rebound from this colossal collapse in viewership? Or do you think that this is now the new normal for the NBA? Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a black conservative perspective. Peace.